Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling, as we see what's going on in our lovely island of Fawnhollow today, where, well, you know, we can celebrate a little milestone today, because I actually noticed, because I was checking my YouTube studio, just checking that the video was uploaded correctly today, like it had a title and everything. Sometimes, you know, and then if things have gone poorly, you'll see a video uploaded with 6 hashtags, which basically means I forgot to title it before it came out, but, you know, it's all fine thus far. But apparently I've hit 400 subscribers, which is weird, because I feel like very recently I was talking about the fact I was on like 380 or something. Yeah, thank you is all I can really say. I don't know where all this upkeep or uptake, I suppose, of random subscribers have been coming from, but, you know, if you enjoy watching, and carry on watching, and if you don't, then, you know, do whatever you want, you know, you got your life, you can live it however you want, just within reason, you know, don't hurt people, please. Anyway, hello there everyone, right now I'm Fawnhallow, 6:04 PM on Wednesday, January 25th, 2023, yeah, it's pretty exciting, you know, having 4 subscribers. Obviously, I'm not really someone who tries to intrinsically judge, I suppose, my self-worth by, you know, things like social media presence, and because, you know, at the end of the day, this YouTube channel is a social media presence. I'm very much someone who gets only like intrinsic validation. External validation is sort of like, it's nice to have, of course, but it's not like my main motivator in the end. I was plenty happy already, I suppose, by like seeing how far I've come, like both commentary wise and gameplay wise at the same time. I suppose how easily I can talk about things now, compared to like when I started off with YouTube channel and that sort of thing. That enough is a validation for me. But the fact to have 400 subscribers is, it's nice to, you know, in one sense being like, you know, I suppose have like a metric, I suppose, to compare things by. I keep saying supposed. Perhaps that's something I should work on. But as you know, the better way I think to think about it is like, here's 400 people who are just like, you know what, I like this person's, I like her videos enough, I find them entertaining enough, or I find them interesting enough, I'm going to click that button, subscribe, you know, a very simple button to click, of course, it's not like the hardest thing in the world, you use literally one button, if you've got an account, you know, simple, it's done is done, but, you know, it's just like a small little gesture, just being like, yeah, you know, keep on doing you, and you know what, I am going to keep on doing me, until I'm not, and I guess I won't, but, you know, who knows when that's going to be, not in the near future, hopefully. So yeah, I don't know, a short 2-minute spiel about, or whatever, about, you know, thank you, I suppose, if you're watching, whether you're new or whether you've been here for 4 years. I say 4 years, that's too long. I haven't even been uploading videos for 4 years. I don't think I have. No, that doesn't sound right. Anyway, yeah, should we get into an actual conversation topic for today? What should we talk about? I don't know. What do we have which has come to mind recently? I can't really think of any gaming news that's come out, or gaming news which is something to talk about in Animal Crossing. So I guess this is the thing where we talk about a random topic and we sort of be like, okay, let's talk about this for a bit. Why don't we talk about skipping rope? Or jump rope, I suppose, as you might call it in America. But you probably could have worked it out, you know. I'm not here to insult your intelligence. You probably could have put together, it was like, oh, what's skipping rope? Probably jumping rope. Or, you know, whatever the equivalent is, or in the, you know, your regional dialect, etc., etc. Because, you know, it's a playground thing, and I have actually, for some reason, a distinct memory in primary school. I don't know, and like it's a thing in schools in general, that you'd often have like these random workshops, but especially so during primary school, where basically for like the entire day, it's like or like for like an afternoon or an evening or like an assembly or something, you'll have just a really randomly themed workshop class, I suppose, about something. And I would say it's not like particularly frequent we did, but like I'm trying to think of some that we've done off the top of my head. It's sort of like, you know, when people come in and they talk to you like during school time, being like, don't do drugs, etc., etc. It's like that, except for but the topics it can cover is wild. Because I remember one time, I can't remember what year I was in, I think I was in year 2, so that would put me about like 6ish or so. We had like a skipping rope like class. Like skipping rope was a playground activity which people did. Oh, kind of. You know, it was a weird thing because it was a thing that was kind of popular when I was younger, and then like people brought in like skipping ropes and that sort of thing. But then it became like less and less popular because like our school started like banning a lot of things, I think. Like I remember Tamagotchis was super popular when schools banned Tamagotchi, but things starting to get like banned because like children started to get hurt during them, because in the sort of like kids way, they basically have no sort of sense of future thinking. Well, okay, no sense of future thinking, but like a lot of kids certainly live in the moment, and then they do something and oh no, I shouldn't have done that, and then like injure themselves, probably. I remember there was one game called like Muscle, which was basically just like playground wrestling or something, and then a kid got kind of like, he like hurt his wrist or something doing it, and then it just got like banned. I never partook in Muscle. mind you. That was something for younger years. But anyway, it was a thing for like a jump rope, because I remember a jump rope. What am I, American? A skipping rope it was a thing that was super common. I remember, especially for like a year two-ish. Apollo, you're not allowed to leave. And I remember people always brought in their skipping ropes. Like I brought in, which is basically just like the sort of basic old skipping rope. Like it probably cost like £2 or something from like Tesco's like value bin or something. You know, it's just got like the wooden handles, which kind of look like carrots. It's got that red, white, and blue sort of intertwined rope. And then, you know, it's a standard one. Like, I bet you, hold on, if I search skipping rope, I bet it will come up. Okay, no, okay. To be fair, nowadays the skipping ropes are very much sort of like gym skipping ropes, which are made out of like, I don't even know what that material is, but the stretchy like silicone, maybe? Okay, maybe my skipping ropes don't exist. What if I put like traditional? I'm not that old. Why would it be considered a traditional? Oh, it actually comes up when you search traditional skipping rope. Anyway, it's this one with wooden handles. And it kind of looks like, I don't know, carrots or like salt and pepper shakers or something at the end. Anyway, I brought that in. It was super dirty. It was super old because it was like something that we used for years. And I don't know, I guess it was just like a little bit of a craze for a small time in our school. But I remember everyone brought in like really different, like really wild and crazy skipping ropes. Like I remember this girl, like I'll say the toys I had were much more like rudimentary because those are the toys I ended up preferring. You know, certainly some kids in my class got like always the newest, highest, fanciest tech toys, and I certainly did in some regards, especially with video game consoles. But when it came to like toys like skipping ropes or something, like I don't really care. I'm going to use like this 10-year-old skipping. It wasn't 10-year-old. I think I got it when I was like 2 or something. I feel like I very, very vaguely remember buying it from Harrods or something. I don't know if that's a made up memory, but still. But I remember this one girl, she came in with like this skipping rope. It was, I don't even know how to describe it. It's basically like a baton, but with like a rope tied to the side, except for it was like detachable. It was like a transforming skipping rope where you could play like, theoretically you could play all these different sort of games with it. Like you could, you know, use it as a general skipping rope, or you could stick the two ends together and you have like a bar skipping rope. And then there was something else you could do with it. I can't remember, like you stick them on top of each other like the other way and then it does something, but I don't really remember what it does. It's probably there if I search. I don't know what such are like baton skipping rope. I don't know what the benefit necessarily is of having like by skipping jump baton. Yeah, here we go. Except for it looked a lot cooler than this. It wasn't like a gym workout one. It was like an actual toy one. It was like pink and pink and like white like barbershop pole sort of pattern on it. I don't know. I don't really know what the benefit of having like a baton skipping rope is compared to like a normal skipping rope. It's just, I don't know, it looked kind of cool. Oh, I remember this one random story where, because, you know, instead of actually playing skipping rope like every single time, because there's only so many ways you can play skipping rope, we would often play like chariots, I suppose is what it was basically like, someone would be like the chariot driver and then like everyone else would be like a horse and you'd be like in a conga line and they'd like throw a skipping rope around your waist or whatever, you know, like reins of a horse or whatever, and you just sort of like run around the playground and you might be like, that sounds really boring. But you know, when you're a kid, that's like the height, that's like peak entertainment right there. I remember we did that once, except for we had like 3 people in like the skipping rope horse area, I suppose. Anyway, that was way too many people because you can only kind of fit like one, kind of 2. 3 was like definitely too much, or maybe it was like 4 or something, and then we all fell over, I remember. I remember we all fell over and we're just like, ow, and then like a teacher came, or like the dinner lady, no, not dinner, lunch lady came, sorry, and then actually I think the dinner lady is a proper name, but why is it called dinner lady? Because we don't eat dinner there. I don't know. Anyway, the lunch lady came, and then we all basically just like tried to walk away as if nothing happened, and she was like, "What are you doing? You can't just walk away like nothing happened." And we were like, "All right." We didn't get like in trouble. We didn't get like put into detention or anything like that. She just like told us something like, "Be more careful," and we were like, "Okay." And then we probably proceeded to do it again when she was outside, but. That's what I remember. Anyway, skipping rope was a bit of a craze in my school because I don't know if it was because of us or it led to us, but we had a thing in year 2. It was combined with like the year 6s at the time, I think, where we had like a skipping rope workshop where we learned to do all these like skipping rope trips or whatever. And I remember one time we had to pair up with someone from year 6. And I remember I paired up with this guy. I can't remember his name. Like at the time I picture him and I was like, wow, he's so tall, you know, because, you know, when you're like 6 or whatever, you're like 1 meter tall. And then when, you know, you hit puberty or whatever, you're like 1 meter 50 or something. You're like, whoa, he's so tall. I don't think those heights are accurate, by the way, but still. Anyway, we did these sick tricks. I remember that. Like, the only trick I remember is the one where you cross it. They actually gave us, like, proper gym, like, skipping ropes as well. You know, the ones with, like, the silicone, like, the whip I suppose, like skipping ropes with like plastic handles, with the hollow plastic handles, you know. Where you just like jump normally, and then you cross your arms like part way through, and then you cross them and uncross them, and you just like continuously do that. And there's another thing where it's like you bring the two hands together, the two handles together, and you like sort of spin it once to your right, spin it once to your left, and then jump over, something like that. And then you can do one with a partner where you hold one of end of each rope each, and then you basically sort of like double jump at the same time. Anyway, you might be listening to this and you might be like going, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you're saying. Or maybe you're like a double Dutch expert and you're listening to this being like, oh, you know, those were the days when I learned my first skip rope trick. I will say skip rope trick sounds a lot worse than jump rope trick. So, you know, I don't blame you for that. Yeah, anyway, we never did double... Actually, did we do double touching stuff? I feel like we did. Actually, I'm not sure if we did double touching stuff. The double touch basically is like you get two like super long skipping ropes or whatever, and you had two people at the side holding like one handle of each rope. I mean, you know, you spin it in circles and do tricks and that sort of thing. I don't think we ever did that. I feel like we tried to do that, but, you know, we were never taught how to do it. And no one on the playground, no one in my class knew how to do it. So we sort of just made it up. And also the ropes we had, obviously for one person, they weren't for like a group of people. So you couldn't really do double dutch with it. Or could you? I think we actually tied skipping ropes together to do them. I think we always did it with one rope. At least I have a sort of distinct memory. I feel like we might have done it with two ropes at one point. Or like we did it like during a PE class or something, because I feel like I remember the timing that I meant to like run in to double jump. Like I remember like watching the ropes go by, being like, oh, 3, 2, 1, here we go. I've run in. But I don't remember doing any tricks or something in there. Anyway, I don't know. Skipping rope's actually kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie, you know. Of all the gym workouts, it's not a bad one. I mean, there's a reason it's a playground game rather than, oh, you need to get some medicine. There's a reason that skipping rope, I suppose, is something which kids play on the playground rather than, you know, curling dumbbells. No, I've got no hate against curling dumbbells, of course, and if you like doing it, then by all means. But I suppose it's like sort of like skipping rope is much more of like it's like in between of like both a workout and a game. I mean, it is a workout, and I suppose it kind of is a game at the same time. Anyway, you ever seen those like double dutch like tricks that people do? It's crazy, is what I'd say. It's wild what people can do. Anyway, all I remember is those like. The gym ones, like rope ones, were always my like favorite, I suppose, to skip rope with, because they don't hurt. You know, you get hit by like a sort of like kind of rope thing. It's like it's just like a dull thud. But like those gym ones, you can get some real speed. Those are aerodynamic. You can whip those around super quickly. And those hit you in the shins, you're going to be like, ow, major ow. You know. I feel like these twigs have also been in our inventory for ages because I keep forgetting to actually put them away next time we talk to Tortimer. But whatevs. Yeah, you can get some like serious speed with them, especially because one of the tricks we used involved like whipping the skipping rope around, like to the side, like windmilling it, I suppose, and then jumping over. If you didn't open your hands fast enough, you would definitely hit yourself in the shins, and it was quite painful. Oh, you know what? Another thing we used to do with skipping rope is we basically did what's that What's that game called in Wipeout? Like the round sweeper? Is that what it's called? I think so. We did like our own version of sweeper, because I feel like Wipeout came out around that time, where someone would just hold one end of a skipping rope and like stand in the middle of everyone and just like spin around in circles, gradually getting faster and faster. See, when we had the rope skipping ropes, like those didn't hurt when you get them tangled up in your leg. I think it also got banned because people like kept tripping over like the skipping ropes or something and getting hurt. Anyway, that was super fun. With that, but if you do those with those gym skipping ropes, those hurt your ankles if you get hit by them, and painful. Oh, you know what we used to do? I'm remembering now. It's all coming back to me, because they used to, instead of like being an actual skip rope, there used to be this like this leg skip rope thing, which is a really popular toy, where basically you put like what can I say except for it looks like a hammer, except for instead of it having like a chain, it's like a solid bar, and you'd put like your foot through the like rope thing, not rope thing, the hoop thing, so it's around your ankle, and then you'd spin the bar around with a ball on the end. The ball basically had like this rotational wheel on it, and then you could basically sort of like skip rope with one foot if you don't, using just your legs. You know, what a marvel wonder of technology. I completely forgot about that as a thing. That was super popular back in the day. I remember we also used to do a thing, because we had a really cool thing, you know. I think it was like Sainsbury's or maybe Tesco, maybe one of the big supermarkets at the time were doing these things where they were like donating stuff to like primary schools, you using this like sort of voucher scheme. I can't really remember off the top of my head exactly how it works, but I don't think they do it anymore, or maybe they do, and I just don't know anymore because I'm not in primary school. But we got a load of like toys, I suppose, like playground toys, some of them, and like one of the things we got like 5 of those like skip rope, like 1-footed skip rope things. I don't know what to call them. Hold on, 1-foot jump toy. What's it called? Oh, here we go. Skip along skipping toy. Yeah, that sort of thing. Jumping kids ball. Okay. Jump leg swing ball. Sure. But that sort of thing. We used to do a thing where we'd like stack 5 of them all on one leg and just like try and skip around and see how many you can like skip over. It was nigh impossible, I would say, to do more than like 3. Like 3 was incredibly hard to begin with because things get so misaligned. It's pretty difficult to do without just sort of like standing there. Anyway, that's a lot of fun. There was also another thing, like because also they gave us like stilts in that toy pack where we do the thing where, you know, we do the wipeout sweeper using the stilts, because the stilts were basically buckets and string. They weren't like actual stilts, but anyway, I don't know. That's not really relevant to skipping rope. I just sort of remembered it. Ankle skip ball. Yeah, that sounds right. An ankle skip. I think that's what they were called, or we called them. Yeah, I don't know. There was a lot of skipping ropes, huh? Skipping rope. I don't know, these plastic ones. Like, is that ones that kids are using these days? Those hurt. Those hurt. My empathy goes out to you. Donate a double Dutch skipping rope. Okay, Google Images. I don't really know what to make of that. We're coming down here to hit the rocks, because I forgot we're meant to be doing Nook Mile mission farmings. Oh, light up skipping ropes. Oh, those ankle skips actually, you know, will light up as well. I remember if you spun them around fast enough, though, you get really cool colours, which you didn't really see all that well during the daytime during school. But you know, whatever. Oh, these ones have little sharks on them. That's adorable. Did I just pick up a rock? Okay, I was gonna say. I was like, we definitely picked something up. Oh my gosh. It's going to be impossible. No, don't drop that. Hold on. There we go. Very rudely interrupting my conversation about skipping rope. I don't know. You know? Where do kids learn to do like that double Dutch sort of skipping rope stuff? I guess it's a thing where you learn anything as a kid, is you get taught how to do it, don't you? You know, from like a older sibling or whatnot. Did we give her medicine? I think we gave her medicine already. I'm not sure. Have we found a crafter? I think we found a crafter as well. I genuinely can't remember. But yeah, I guess you just sort of get taught to do it, and then you teach your friends when you learn how to do it as well. Anyway, double Dutching is pretty hard. Why is it even called double Dutch? Anyway, was it invented in the Netherlands? Let's see. Double Dutch. Or was it a different sort of Dutch? It's believed to have originated among Dutch immigrants in New York City. Although it's been a popular school playground game for much longer than that in the Netherlands. Hey, you remember that old Disney movie? Which was about like skipping rope? And going to like a double Dutch competition? The only thing I remember is the team was called Red Hot Chili Steppers. Disney movie skip rope. I should do jump rope at the moment. Jump in? Was that it? Maybe. Had Corbin Blue in it? That sounds right. And Kiki Palmer? Yeah, that sounds right. Hold on. Let's see. Red Hot Chili Steppers. Oh, whatever. I feel like I remember watching this. I genuinely don't really remember what it was about. And I assume it's like a Corbin Blue, you know, being like, instead of being like I don't dance, it's like I don't jump sort of thing. I don't really know. Anyway, okay. We never did anything as fancy as that, to be perfectly honest. we only ever had one. Oh, I remember one time we actually got everyone skipping ropes together and tied it in like this massive long one, and had like 30 people skipping rope. Maybe not 30, that seems a bit much. We had a lot of people like skipping rope at one time. It was awesome. And it was really also very hard to sort of move a rope. That's what I remember. Anyway, I don't know. More nostalgic anecdotes. It's a Dear Darling classic. Anyway, I'm going to round off this episode here. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Twitter, Discord down below. Hope you see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.